Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games, back with another cool arcade game repair video for you today. People have been asking us to make more videos repairing arcade games. We've been doing a bunch of pinball ones lately, but the deal with the pinball ones is they take a lot longer. So if we're fixing a pinball machine, we end up getting 4, 5, 6. One of them we got 12 videos out of. So it just, while there's more videos, it just seems like we're fixing more pinball machines, but it takes more time. But we do work on arcade games too. So we have one of our buddies, Luke. We've known Luke for quite a while. Luke's the man, isn't he, Joe?
Yep.
Boy, we love Luke. Luke has a bunch of old arcade games, and one of them is this Missile Command. This actually is Luke's Missile Command. And what did he tell you is wrong with it, Joe?
So it was broke.
It's broke. His Missile Command's broke. So we need to fix it. Now, Joe thinks he knows what's wrong with it. He's figured it all out, just messing around with it.
Yep.
So what was the first thing you tried, Joe?
Well, I hit the little test. Little switch in here.
He plugged it up.
Well, you gotta do that first.
And he hit the little test switch.
The toggle right here.
There's a little toggle right there.
It's hiding.
It's hiding behind the thing. You hit that, and it stays in test. Now, let's show them the back of it so they can see what the inside of a nice, fresh Missile Command looks like. Now, this is an early Atari. I mean, they had games before this, but it's pretty early, 1980 or so, something like that. This one, by the way, came from San Francisco. Advanced Automated Cells Company. Distributors of all types of coin-operated machines. You know, Joe, usually whenever I show these, I say, hell, don't call them, don't bother them. But hell, they're in San Francisco. I don't really care if people call them or not. Call them, hell, they might still be open. All right. Nothing wrong with San Francisco, by the way. We're just saying, that's what they do. We looked in it first just to make sure everything looks clean. And the most important thing that you're looking at is, has anybody ever replaced the big blue capacitor in the bottom? And someone has. This one has a big black capacitor in it, which is a newer one. So that capacitor, if it's still the original one, it'll cause all kinds of problems where the game won't boot and all that stuff. So since that's already been replaced, at least somebody has worked through this. So it's probably, in decent shape. And then, did you test the power supply or anything?
Yep.
He tested the power supply.
Power supply.
And it had 5 volts going to the board?
Yep.
Or close to it. So that's kind of what you need. And then the next thing that happens is the RAM die on these a lot. I don't know, the chip looks pretty dirty too, Joe. The CPU.
I cleaned those.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. So then the next thing he did was he carefully took out the chips that are socketed and cleaned the legs and then put them back. And I didn't fix it?
Didn't fix it.
Did it change anything?
No.
Didn't change anything. Okay. So that didn't work. So the next thing that he did was he turned it on and put it in test mode. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, yep.
Okay, so that's where we're at. So we're plugged up. As the front door one?
I think it's good.
I think it's okay. So the we've got it in test mode. There's an interlock switch down there. And whenever the door comes off, it makes this little thing pop out. So the door holds it in, or you can pull it out and it gives it power. Hit the one on the front there, Jim. There's one on the front door as well. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So you're getting a rumble, and then you're getting 4 low beeps. Dun, 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 dun. And then the 5th one goes, and then the 6th one goes, dun, dun, dun. Alright, so you're getting a, and then 8 beeps. And the 5th beep is higher than the other beeps. So Atari put a test program in their game. So every time the thing comes on, it does it. Does it do it when you just turn it on, or do you have to put it in test?
You have to put it in test, I think.
Okay. So you have to put it in test. So luckily, they built that into their program. Now, we know just because it's doing what it's supposed to do in the test mode that the CPU is probably fine because it's actually running the program. At least one of the ROMs is fine because it knows what's on the ROM to tell it to run the program. And so those beeps are an error code for the RAM. So we're going to look in the manual next and see what the beep means. Now, the manuals for these you can get online for free. Most of them have been scanned in. If you go to KLOV, they've got links to most of them. Killer List of Video Games, KLOV.com. They've got links to most of the manuals. They certainly have them for a Missile Command because it's one of the most popular games ever. And did you rebuild the G07 already, Joe?
Yep.
He also rebuilt the monitor. New flyback. What all did you do to it?
New flyback. New caps.
You see what he's doing?
Caps.
You see what he's doing with the metal? You see this? Good Lord Almighty.
The monitor's off, people. Chill out.
Spark Baby.
And then there's a FR401 up there. You got to make sure you change that.
FR401, you got to make sure you change.
New width coil.
New width coil.
Top of the line.
Oh, yeah, I see it up there. See it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. New flyback. And we have no clue if it works. Because what did Luke say about the game?
It was broke.
It's broke. The game's broke. So we got 4 low beeps and then a high beep. We're going to go look in the manual and see what the manual says. All right, so here is the manual we're reading online. It's telling us about the test mode and everything, and it says, in test number 1, a low beep means a good chip. A high beep is a bad RAM, as follows. High beep in series of 8 tones. So ours was the 5th one, which it says bad chip at location K4. So, I mean, I think that means P4, N4, M4, L4, J4, H4, and F4. It tested because we got a low one on all of them, but it could be that once we fix this one, it jumps over to another one. Or it may end up being, too, that it's not the RAM chip, it's the chips that read the RAM chip or something. But we're going to go with the RAM chip, people. I mean, we're going to go with the easy part first, okay, people? Come on, people. Come on now. So we're going to pull the board out and see if we can find where K4 is. All right, folks, here is the board. Look how big it is. Boy, back in the day, I like how they laid everything out where you can get to it all. Now the boards are crap. Little tiny boards. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so K4 is that one right there. Boy, it looks bad, don't it, Joe?
Yep.
I can tell just by looking at it. Now, you'll notice L4 has already been replaced with a socket, and they put one in there. Let me brighten it up so we can read it. Well, if it'll try to focus, I'll just have to read it for you. TMS 4116-20NL. That's Texas Instruments, people. And then this one is an MCM 4116BP20. So that's the offending chip. So we're going to pop that out and put a socket in like they did on this one. So that if it ever fries again, somebody can just put a new one in the socket. But I'm sure after we fix it, it'll stay fixed. So we're going to show you our new tool that we got. Joey's thrilled. Mm-hmm. We keep having this problem with the solder suckers. Tell them about the solder suckers, Joey.
They're junk.
They're junk.
They're junk.
Let me show you the different ones that we have. Now, you can get the Hacko, which is the vacuum one. How come you don't want the Hacko, Joe?
It's too expensive.
It's expensive.
Then you gotta clean it.
You gotta clean it.
Then I gotta store it. I gotta put it right here. Look at all the space
it takes a big part of the table. You got to give it power, so you got to pay to use it because you're using power. We just don't like it. We had one, couldn't get it to work right. It was always jamming. Now, we didn't have a Hacko, though. The Hackos may not.
We had the bootleg.
We had the bootleg because that's how we roll.
China.
But it
looked like the other one.
It looked just like the Hacko. Now, so it could be that the Hackos are fine. They're also I think they're like $400 or something. I can't bring myself to do that.
I ain't spending enough on Amazon for that.
So we bought the bootleg one and it jammed all the damn time. Did not work for us. So Here's the soldering iron we usually use.
Solder sucker.
Solder sucker. This is like $5. It jams all the time, and the end of it gets all burnt up. They suck. Sometimes they break apart, and parts of it hit the wall and
Not
stuff.
in a good way.
That thing's junk. Okay, and then we bought one that was a different color, thinking that maybe this was made better. Okay? So if this one was made better, it would last longer. Nope. Same crap. Piece of the trash. So then, went with the cheap one. This one was only about $2. I looked last night. You could buy like 3 of them for $6 or something like that. It's even worse. Look at that crap. Look at it. Doesn't work. So then we bought this one. Now this one was a little nicer. We thought for sure. This was our saving grace.
That one was the $8 one.
This might have been $8, right? But it's kind of, you need a big hand, and it's hard to.
It worked pretty good, but the tip still.
The tip is the problem, people. And then here's the problem. You can't get any more tips. They sell you the whole damn thing. It just junk.
See, plastic seems to melt at 700 degrees.
Yeah, plastic starts melting. And then we got this one. This big Papa.
That one works pretty good, but it's too damn big.
It's so big, you got to do this with it. It's like one of them damn things where it's like a air-powered rocket or something. Okay, and then there have been probably 30 of them that we've thrown away over the years. I don't see any more laying around. We've gotten every damn type you can think of. Let's see if there's any more in here. Yeah, here's another one. You think we're kidding. Joey's looking at this one going, that one looks kind of nice. Here's a backup, right? Here's a backup one of the big one, but it's junk too. That don't work right. All right. Let me see if I got any more. I think that's all of the old ones I have. So let me show you our new one. You're going to love it. Here's our new one that we bought. Vampire Tools. Get it? Vampire, it sucks blood. Vampire Tools solder sucker. Now look at this. Made in Japan. Now whenever we're talking trash about stuff made in China, it's not because we hate China. It's just we hate crap from China. Hell, we like Japan. Stuff from Japan's usually pretty cool. Nintendo's from Japan. So anyway, we've been looking for one that was a little bit more expensive, so it's made a little bit better, and this is what we found. Now, the main difference is it's just a better build quality. It's a little bit smaller than the other ones, so it kind of sucks out less whenever it does it, and it's got this silicone tip, which is just a little piece of tubing, basically. So whenever they send it to you, they send you more of it. Now, the purpose of the silicone is whenever you're going to suck something out of the thing, so you use your soldering iron to get it real hot, and then you push it down, you can it forms around the thing and sucks all of the solder out. You can even touch the tip of the soldering iron with it because it's silicone. It doesn't melt until like 700 degrees or something like that. So it just works a heck of a lot better. So we're hoping that the tip won't get screwed up. We've been using it for a few days, and it's drastically better than the other ones. What do you think, Joe?
It's amazing.
Joey says it's amazing. He says it's amazing. Now, he's a man of few words. If he says it's amazing, you know it's probably amazing. Because, I kind of hype things up a little bit. But I just want you to remember this, people. I would not lie to make you buy. So, this thing works great. So, if you want one of these, go on our website, and we've got a link to it on our parts page. We have a parts page on lionsarcade.com, and it's got links to a bunch of stuff like this that we use whenever we do repairs. These are awesome. They're kind of expensive, though. It's like $30. But, we've spent a lot more than $30 on those little trash piece of crap ones. So we like this one a lot. So pretty cool. We finally found one that's worth the crap. All right, so I'm going to take that chip out and put a socket in and put a new one in, and then we'll see if that fixes anything. All right, folks, we got it swapped. They're having a big party outside. There's a Bounce house. You can't see it because it's so bright. There's a bounce house out in the street. Alright, so we got the chip swapped. Let's try it now, see if we get any different information. Oh, he turned test off.
Yeah, flip it up.
Let's try it one more time. It's the next one. Alright, so it's saying 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 has died on us. Alright folks, we now have 3 socketed RAM chips. Let's see if we're any better. I think that's what it's supposed to do. Joe, did you screw around and fix the missile command?
Maybe.
Oh man. Oh man. It says ROM okay, map okay, RAM okay, Joe. Wow. It's a little too bright. It's hard for them to see because it's so bright out today too. Let me see. Remember, we just rebuilt the monitor too, but the game hasn't been working, so we weren't able to see it. Let's turn it down a little bit. That's more like it. And then the focus, about as good as it gets on the focus. Okay. Wonder if it's supposed to do that. Well, I assume that's what it's supposed to do. Up, down, left, right. Well, let's try to go into gameplay. We got it, it looks like. Okay, Joe, come play it. I know you're an expert at missile command. He's going to show you how it's done, people. We're right here in the window. You can't see it that good. Let me get over on this side. We might have to adjust the sync a little bit. The monitor was jumping in test. Sometimes that's because you're right on the edge of the sync or something. I think we're good though. You adjust the monitor a little bit. All right, folks. So that did it. So pretty easy little repair is just RAM chips. So we still got to do some adjustments. We'll adjust the monitor a little bit, try to make it where it doesn't jump. But I think we're good. This is the toughest game of all time. This and Defender, both evil. They got you, Joe. They sunk your battleship. Alright folks, so leave your comments below, let us know what you think. Make sure to give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out our website, lionsarcade.com, and also check out my brother Donnie, which is our brother Donnie. If you like watching us work on these arcade games, you might like watching us work on old buildings. Well, we've bought a couple buildings in a downtown area near here, and we've been fixing them up and trying to rehab them so we can rent them out to people, help revitalize downtown. So I'm gonna go outside and go down the bouncy house. Look at these kids. They're daredevils. Look at them. So I guess you climb the wall in the middle and then you slide down the slides on the side. And it goes all the way down the street. It's like pretty cool. You gonna go out and go down the slide, Joe?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go down the slide, folks. They won't let me take a camera on there though. So leave your comments below, and we'll see you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed it.